Jamboard is an online digital whiteboard that can be shared, making it useful for group and collaborative activities. Go to jamboard.google.com to create a Jamboard and click the orange plus. Title your jam. This whiteboard area is called a frame, and you can add more by clicking the arrows across the top. Each frame defaults to a white background, but you can use the Set Background button to change it to be graph paper, lines, or a solid color. It can even be an image. More on how you can leverage image backgrounds in a sec. When you choose a background, it will update your current frame only, not apply it to all of them. Jamboard tools include the pen tool for freehand writing. You can click on the More Options triangle next to the pen tool to change its style or color. And the pen tool is definitely most effective with a touch screen, and you can clearly tell that I do not have one. The eraser erases anything that you have drawn with the pen tool. I'm going to skip to the sticky note tool, which is a favorite for quickly adding ideas to the board, and different colors allow for color coding. When you click on a note, the three dots in the top right corner let you edit, delete, or duplicate your note. The image tool lets you add images by URL, webcam, Google Images, or from your Google Drive or photos. The camera option can be useful for capturing offline work, depending on the quality of the lighting and the webcam. Mine is having a hard time focusing right now. Then we have the shape tool for drawing a limited number of shapes, and a text tool for text additions that you do not want inside a sticky note. Once added, you can click on a shape or text item to change its color, outline, or fill. The selection tool lets you move all the items on your frame around, except for anything you added with the pen tool. Finally, the laser tool lets you easily call attention to something on your frame, which is very helpful when working with others remotely. You can click and draw with the laser tool, but your marks will fade in a few seconds. The clear frame button wipes everything off the canvas, and you do have undo and redo buttons in case you change your mind. Jamboard can be used as a direct instruction tool. Sometime soon, I would love to see the ability to import a full Google slide deck. For now, you can pull in Google Slides one at a time. So if you want to work a problem or activity, you can choose any slide in a slide deck and download it as an image from the File menu. If you don't use Google Slides, you could also take a screenshot and insert that into your Jamboard as the background image. Even though mine gets a little pixelated, I will generally put my slide images in as the background so that my students or I don't accidentally move it around, and so I can easily clear my frame between classes without losing my background or problem. If I wanted to save my worked problems for students to reference later, I can click these three dots and choose Save as PDF, which saves all of the frames in one PDF file. In addition to being useful for direct instruction, Jamboard is an excellent collaboration tool. I'm going to create some more frames right now and drop some practice problems for students onto each frame. This time I'll do that with a screenshot tool. I'm using Nimbus, which is a Chrome extension, but any screenshot extension or app is going to let you select an area of your screen and save that as an image file. Jamboards are going to share like any other Google item. So I'm going to click the share button and adjust mine so that anyone with the link can edit it. And I prefer to limit mine to anyone in my domain can edit it, so that hopefully when Jamboard adds some revision history or contributor tracking, it will actually give me some more useful information. Once I have adjusted the sharing settings, I just need to provide this link via Zoom or my online classroom, and my students will be able to access the Jamboard and edit it. One current limitation of Jamboard is a lack of revision or contributor history. You will not be able to see who posts or who removes items from the board. You don't have a revision history to go back and restore items that were mistakenly deleted. I really hope Google adds revision history to Jamboard soon. Another limitation of Jamboard is that you cannot lock items in the frame. so students can accidentally or on purpose move around anything you put on your frame. A great workaround for this is making your directions and items that you do not want to be movable as your background. As I showed before, I'll generally use Google Slides for this. I will download those as picture files and upload those as my background in Jamboard. Now, technically, a student editor could still change my background and intentionally delete my background template and instructions, but at least this stops the accidental moving around and deleting of items. If you need to duplicate a frame so you have one for each student or group of students, click right here on the slide sorter and then choose the 3 dots to duplicate your frame as many times as you need. Other current limitations include a maximum of 20 frames per Jamboard, and only 50 people can simultaneously edit or collaborate on one Jamboard at a time. When I return to my Jamboard dashboard, I do not see the ability to duplicate this Jamboard for use with another class. But just like your Google Docs and Google Slides, Jamboard files live in your Google Drive. And from Google Drive, you can right-click on your Jamboard file and make a copy. Finally, students are able to make their own Jamboards too for independent or group use. They can complete problems, and just like you, they can download a PDF of all of the slides in their Jam, or they can select just one slide and download that as a picture file. Once downloaded, their work can easily be submitted to Schoology or Google Classroom. There are lots and lots of ways to use Jamboard, and hopefully we will see features like collaborator revision history and the ability to lock items on the board in the near future.